Most people, given the choice, push their bed straight against a wall. Ask them why, and the answer is almost always the same. It just feels safer. That's not a decorating quirk. It's a very old, very specific piece of survival wiring, still running tonight. So what is your brain actually calculating when it makes you do that? It looks like nothing more than a decorating preference. It's actually something a lot older than any bedroom. Every night, your body does something almost unbelievably reckless. It goes fully unconscious. Muscle tone collapses, especially in the deepest stage of sleep. Reaction time disappears completely. Even your eyes close, shutting off the sense most animals trust most to catch danger early. For millions of years, that happened in places with real predators nearby. Lions, leopards, hyenas, rival groups of other humans. So evolution faced one very specific problem. How do you shut a body down completely without it getting eaten? An unconscious body is, biologically speaking, the easiest meal there is. So animals evolved their own ways around that problem. Deer sleep in rotating shifts. One always stays awake while the rest sleep. Elephants sleep standing up whenever danger feels close. Dolphins and many birds sleep with only half their brain at a time. The other half stays awake, literally standing guard. Wolves solve it differently. They sleep inside the safety of the whole pack. And humans, when given the choice, solve it with something even simpler. Position. Angle your body so something solid sits right behind you, like a cave wall, a boulder, or a thick brush. Sleep out in the open, and you have to defend a full 360 degrees around you. Back up against something solid, and that number cuts in half instantly. Now you only need to watch a single 180-degree arc in front of you. Nothing about the world changed. Only the math did. Free safety. And you didn't even have to move. Most people never notice math like that hiding behind an ordinary bedroom habit. This channel follows quiet mechanisms, like that all the way to the brain that runs them. If that shift in the math surprised you, hit like, subscribe, and the next hidden mechanism will already be waiting. In 1975, a geographer gave something your grandmother always knew a proper scientific name: Prospect-Refuge theory. It says people quietly look for two things at once. Prospect, a clear view so you can spot anything coming. Refuge, cover that limits how exposed you actually are. All cover and no view feels like being boxed in. All view and no cover is just exhausting to keep watching. The sweet spot is both at once, back covered, front open. A bed against a wall gives you exactly that, every single night. There's actual proof for how much this matters, not just a feeling. In 2016, researchers at Brown University found something called the first night effect. Sleep somewhere unfamiliar, and one side of your brain stays more alert all night than the other. It's the same trick birds and dolphins use, just a much fainter echo of it. That's why the first night in a new hotel room always feels worse. Nothing is actually wrong. Part of your brain is just standing guard. It's checking whether this new place is safe before it lets the rest of you fully sleep. A bed against a wall gives that guard less work to do. None of this happens on purpose, by the way. Your brain runs this calculation before you're even aware you're doing it. Deep in the brain, old circuitry is constantly mapping the walls and edges around you. It does this without you ever noticing. You can't see behind yourself, so that space only gets tracked through hearing and through touch. A solid wall right behind you closes that one blind spot completely. Your brain's alarm center quiets down, and your body's calm down system finally gets room to take over. That mapping system never really clocks off, not even for a second. This same instinct has almost nothing to do with sleep, specifically. Give people a choice of seating, and they pick the booth against the wall almost every time. You'll see the same pattern in waiting rooms, in cafes, in offices. An architect named Oscar Newman studied this same instinct at the scale of entire neighborhoods. He called it defensible space. People feel and act safer with clear, protected boundaries. That instinct is still running today, in gated communities, in locked hotel rooms, behind every deadbolt. That wiring is far older than any lock ever built, older than the 10,000 years humans have had secure walls at all. This instinct runs almost everything you do. It's the same ancient calculation running everywhere you go. Your body has been quietly doing this math your whole life. Not every human group solves this with an actual wall, though. The Hadza of Tanzania and the San of the Kalahari often sleep in fairly open camps. Instead, they lean on fire, on group vigilance, and on naturally defensible ground. Children and elders sleep toward the center of the group. Adults take the exposed perimeter, functioning as a human wall for everyone inside. It's basically the oldest group project in human history. One wall-shaped instinct. Several completely different solutions. Not everyone runs this calculation the same way, either. People with a strong fear of small, enclosed spaces still prefer a bed against the wall, but only if they can still see a clear way out. That's proof you need both pieces, the cover and the view, not just one. For some combat veterans, the wall itself can flip from ally to threat. If the wall itself turns unpredictable, noisy pipes or sounds through the next room, some people move away instead, even if that means giving up the physical backing entirely. For the nervous system, predictability turns out to matter as much as the wall itself, sometimes even more. None of this is fully settled science, either. Researchers still debate how much of this is a specific evolved instinct, and how much is just general spatial thinking that happens to land on this pattern. Even the people who study this professionally can't fully agree on the answer. What isn't disputed is that the preference itself is real and measurable, and far older than any bedroom. Tonight, when you settle in with your back against something solid, notice that quiet feeling. That feeling has a name. An old calculation finally coming out even. It was always about how much of the world your mind could safely stop watching. See you next time with something else worth losing sleep over.